for promoter Alex Barbosa. What's good, Alex?
Everything is good. I got my guy. Say hi, Roman. Hi.
The tribal chief.
That's right, the head of the table.
Alex, you started R&B Promotions, what it was like, 2 years ago? 1 year ago?
Yeah, before him, it was August, last August. We ran 7 shows since.
7 shows in 1 calendar year?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're doing something.
Okay.
Must be doing something right.
How are you feeling about your progress?
Every show is getting better. And with every single show, we're taking leaps and bounds in the right direction. And hold on. I have to get biggie. And we're building something that, well, Roman can be proud of. So we're building something that, we're proud of. We're excited. We just had Tevin Farmer fight on the last show, and Tevin will be fighting. He'll be fighting for a belt on the next show. So it's exciting. December 1st at 2300 Arena in Philly.
Okay. As far as you go, right? You were a fighter,
yeah.
And now you're a promoter. Now you've worn both hats. Do you feel like being a fighter makes you a better promoter?
It makes me understand things a little bit differently. I don't necessarily know that it makes me better. Actually, no, it does. It does. When you know the game and you're spent because you've been in the trenches, you've been in there, like you understand and appreciate it a little bit differently. My interactions with fighters have been a little bit cleaner because of it. And I just, we like to be a very transparent organization. And so being an ex-fighter, happily retired fighter at that, I understand how to avoid some of the pitfalls that I felt as a fighter, dealing with other promoters and fans.
Now, you have a former world champion on your cards.
Yeah.
Just starting out. Like, what does that mean to you? Does that give you a certain level of cachet as opposed to upstarts that, just have, I guess, club fighters?
I think we're very fortunate. We're very blessed. The relationships that I've built over the years have helped position us in a way where we're able to actually have a former world champion on, like a former world champion who's attempting to be a 2-time world champion. It's not like the twilight of his career. Like, he's surging back, and his next fight is going to be very, very tough. But he wouldn't have it any other way. So, I'm very proud of what we're building. I'm very, very proud of what we're building and what we're doing. And I don't think there's other promotions around that have been able to accomplish what we've accomplished in seven shows.
Now, you've done multiple venues, right? You started out the Battleship.
Atlantic City. We did the Battleship. We did Atlantic City. We now 2300 Arena. Next January we'll visit another location in Philly. So we got a lot of things going on.
Are you satisfied with R&B's growth so far?
I'm never satisfied. I'm insatiable. So I will never be happy with. We could have sold it out and then some, and I'll find something wrong. So no, I'm never satisfied. I'm never happy.
In 5 years, if everything goes right, everything goes the way that you want it, where's R&B Promotions?
In the same conversation as Top Rank and Matchroom. It's in the same conversation as all the elite promotions in the world. Hopefully, we figure out some way to streamline the sport a little bit. Maybe figure out some kind of a league or something of the sort to consolidate it, because there's a lot of separate entities. Too many individual entities doesn't create unification. And I think where the UFC gets it right is they're the premier organization of mixed martial arts. There is no UFC in boxing. And eventually, it's going to have to happen.
For the survival of the sport?
I don't think for the survival of the sport, for the overall well-being of the fighters, for the overall well-being of everyone involved. You don't want to have so many segmented different ways to do the same thing. And I think that there's a lot of different entities out there. It's all a lot of independent contractors, pretty much. You have a lot of independent entities, and that eventually ends up screwing the fighter. I think for the fighter's well-being, there needs to be an organization. There needs to be a group of people that are actually looking out for the fighter's well-being. Fighting for the UFC does have its perks. Just do a quick Google search will allow you to know that. I'm sorry, I keep checking back, making sure my son's not.
As a promoter now, is your duty to the fans or to the fighters?
To both. I have to be honest and forward with the fighters to make sure that I deliver on my end, and everything that we agree upon is always that's exactly what they get, okay? Conversely, to the fans, I owe them the opportunity to see a competitive fight. So the quote-unquote A side or B side, they're in a fight. And it doesn't, you know, and that's the one thing you're gonna always get when you come to an R&B show. You're gonna get competitive fights from top to bottom, across the board. I'm really not into the whole tune-ups and giving you layups, and I've had a couple of experiences with guys that just really had no business boxing, and it's embarrassing as a promoter. So I will not have those kinds of fighters on my shows. Just the guys who throw punches like this, not so much. You need to have some kind of skill.